Hey everybody, it's Lish here, coming to you from the 412, and I'm going to talk to you about some of my favorite foam rolling zones. First up, we're going to do the upper back. Upper back is important here. You want to keep your chin over your chest to protect your neck, moving up and down in a fluid motion, and you can also hold in certain areas. You want to hold these anywhere between 30 to 60 seconds. This is just the demo, so you can do it for the full amount of time, but please pause the video if you find a place that you'd like to sit on for a while. It's important to keep your arms above, so not dragging on the ground. So my elbows are up, which to be honest are a little bit too tense. Try to relax them against the top of your chest. This is a core movement. It's going to require you to use your core. So be prepared to pull that belly button tight to spine and engage the glutes while you're lifting the hips. And yes, it's always okay to reset the foam roller. Keep it going now. Quitters never quit and winners never win. No, that's not how you say that, guys. Forget it. It's quitters never win and winners never quit. Napoleon Dynamite. Not even it wasn't Napoleon Dynamite. It was something else. It was Napoleon though. What was his first name? Here we go, subscapularis. For those of you sitting down, pulling a lot, this motion is going to be really nice for you. So try to keep your hips and knee in alignment so that when you lift up your shoulder or lift up your hips, you're really pressing underneath that armpit area. Or if it's very tight, you can just roll forward and back before you lift your hip. I have one leg that's stabilizing, so that's my leg that's up top, and you see I'm putting it behind me. Some people like to put it in front of them. That's really up to you. I'm not going to tell you one is right or one is wrong. But I do have a stabilizing leg. Be sure that you're breathing as well. Nice and deep inhales and exhales. Try to make your exhales last for a 7 count, then a 10 count, especially if you're very tense. Yep, and my hips are off the floor. It doesn't really look like it, but they're lifted. The pectoralis roll here. So this is good for not only the pectoralis major, but the minor. You're going to kind of put even pressure on each knee, if that makes sense. So just rolling from side to side, digging a little bit more from the knee and then moving up the chain. See, I'm doing it now. Even though I'm keeping pretty much my arms in the same position. Both are forward. And if you have a longer foam roller, you can put both your arms out. And my head is resting, so this is a good opportunity to release your neck. You see that? Yeah, you can't see me now. Yep. Then I'm just shifting weight. Rolling from side to side. Again, take lots of exhales. This area might be more bruised than you think. Especially if you feel like you do not work this area, then in particular this area is probably quite tense. So spend some time. Be sure to stop the video if you need to. Anywhere between 30 and 60 seconds is good to relieve points of pressure. And again, it's self-microfascial release, so you're looking for very specific spots to sit on, not just the area in general. Going on for the arm roll, since we're already in that knee down position, just take an arm and roll it forward and back. We can get underneath it, upward. And then I'm rolling it at the shoulder girdle, which also in itself gives a bit of a stretch, again, for that subscapularis area, underneath the armpit and down into, down the side body into the hips. Because these areas, they hurt. I'd like to add too, you can even roll, like take your arm next to you and roll over onto your shoulder. So like onto your outer shoulder, your deltoid area. That is really nice, and that tends to relieve back stress as well. So give that a try. Take your arm next to you and roll over onto one side all the way. You feel that? Yeah. Again, you can always pause the video if you want more time. Be sure to take nice and deep exhales. Here you go, Piriformis stretch. We're coming back up, seated, and we're gonna sit right onto the foam roller and pulling up one ankle to cross over a knee. And then I'm going to roll into my lower back, buttocks into lower back. And you also can go rotating side to side in this as well. So it doesn't have to be just straight up and down. You also can go side to side. I only say that just because I might be doing it, but it's very small movements. See, I believe I just did it there where I rotated my hip. So these things don't have to be large movements. They can be smaller because you're really searching. You're searching for something that needs release. And some of you who know that you do rush your foam rolling and you still feel good, right? Right? Imagine if you just take a little extra time. The piriformis is very important because we sit down so much, and believe it or not, those muscles in the back are getting tighter. That's why they hurt. Also from being tight from being forced to do one thing and not being strong. So piriformis is very important. It's going to help protect that sciatic nerve. Let's get into these perineals. So again, foam rolling is core work. So this is a side plank that I'm doing here. And I'm going to rotate my abs inward toward my chest. Or actually, I'm setting my hips back. That kind of makes more sense. In a ab-like fashion or in a crunch-like form. You can also drop a foot down to do this. But I find that the tops of my thighs need it, and so I'm always rotating forward. Yeah, see, I changed my footwork here. And then now I'm really rotating into the quad a little bit. Believe it or not, this is not bone, okay? It's good. If it's very tight here, it's going to feel like, Lish, my bones, my bones. And there very well may be pressure being put on your bones. But we're going to reset these muscles. You're not directly touching bone. You're actually resetting the muscles. The muscles are so tight around them. So we don't want that. And again, you don't have to switch as quickly as I'm doing because this is a demo. Just take your time. Just make sure you feel stable, hanging out there. Belly button is engaged up here. Ooh, I felt that. You see my ankle curl? I did a twisty-twisty. Yeah, see? And one side might need more work. Take notice here that I'm rotating closer up toward my hip line and then rotating onto it. So it's not always up and down. Sometimes it's more about being able to rotate and find a particular area. Adductor roll, one of my favorite ones for my knees. So taking that leg long, trying not to bend. When you bend, you actually make the calves tighten. So try to have a long leg, and then you're going to be pressing in, and you're going to feel them like right away. They feel like knots. I'm taking this like a G, guys. It probably really hurts. Yeah, whenever I smile like that, I'm in pain. That's not true. You guys are like, but you're always smiling. And I do like to spend a lot of time here just because there is tension there. There's tension everywhere. And that's why I foam roll to rehab and repair. And that's another thing. These are my favorite foam rolling things. These are like what I do for my go-to warm-up. But nothing beats a full body foam rolling session. Just taking your time, going over, giving your body what it needs. There are more tutorials for foam rolling in the tutorial section. Oh yeah, we love the adductor roll here. And that's what I mean when I say it takes 30 to 60 seconds. Just really laying and holding it there. There we go. So we're going to rotate. We're going to put this right in our hip line and rotate to the top of our thigh and then up toward our belly button. And then you can do forward and back. I like to put my toes down and do kind of a seesaw rocking motion. This is a really great ab exercise, but also when I push back, it helps me to get a little stretch in my calves. Now, you really shouldn't be looking up like I'm doing. I just love looking at myself. So just protect your neck. Try to keep your chin in line with your chest. You also can rock side to side. So again, if you want to drop your knees and just push your weight onto one side, searching for things, that is perfect. Keep doing that. Look for anything that you might need. Your hip flexors need stretched because we do sit down a lot. And that actually tightens the muscle so much that when you do force it to elongate, you are at risk of an injury. So go ahead, make sure you're foam rolling those hip flexors. Really work it, really search it. Be sure that you're breathing. Long exhales. Get those glutes here. So I'm just sitting on the foam roller. And it's okay to take your weight forward like I did, or pull it back. It's up to you, but this can be a challenge in the core as well. And again, you can kind of rock side to side. The glute roll can easily turn into the lower back roll if you feel you need it, where you just kind of put your hands down first and then completely roll down to lower back and then see if you can come back up. This is definitely more core work to drop to the lower back and come back up to the glutes. So just be sure that you're properly rolled the other areas before you attempt this. Nice, getting into those hamstrings. So my foam roller is smaller. You might have a larger where you can put both of them on there. If I could put both of my thighs on there, neither of my feet would be on the floor. Because I do tend to use more of my core in that instance to help me roll. But for the smaller ones, this is how you would do it. Just bending one knee and placing one thigh on top of the foam roller. Making sure you feel stable and rolling forward and back onto the hamstrings. Now, it's interesting because you really can only technically make the hamstrings tighter. And from tighter, there can be some hypertrophy. So this area may be tight for people who are doing a lot of lifting, and it's important to go ahead and make sure that you do loosen up your hamstrings, but do not over try for flexibility, if and only because that will reduce your ability to pick up heavier weights. Now, if you're looking to do a split anytime soon, then yes, this is you can lay into this as much as you can. Be sure you're breathing. We've got our calves here. If your foam roller is small, you can cross your legs on top of one on top of the other. And that's kind of what I'm doing. And I'm rolling from ankle and up to just underneath my knee. Again, core work here. I'm technically doing a glute bridge where I'm just lifting my hips upward. And again, all of that rolling is just to search for an area that needs attention. Once you find it, you hold. And breathe. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I was feeling that one. Foam rolling. Let me know if you too hollered when you had to roll your calves. Practice that deep breathing. Well, I really do appreciate you all for stopping on by here. If you need to go back through the video and hit up more areas that you needed more time with, please implement these foam rolling basics into your routine just to keep you fresh every day. It's Lish. I'll see ya.